Let me cover up my other ear. Good morning. Let's talk because this is some serious stuff. So there are parents everywhere that are scared of their own children. And even during this pandemic, that just has made things worse. How y'all doing? Hey, Jay Pricer. Darlene, I see y'all coming in. Hey, Shirley. But scared of your own children. Let me give you, hey, Lorette. Hey, Johnny. Let me give you a little background about myself. Many of you know this. I was told at the age of 18 that I would never have a child by the doctors over there in Duke. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Smitty. So they told me that I had a retro inverted uterus. So my uterus was tilted all the way back, almost to the point of it being upside down. And they told me that I would never have a child. Fast forward 2 decades, a little more. No, not 2 decades, almost 2 decades. I got married, had a baby. I was on, let me back up. I got pregnant. I was on complete bed rest for 4 months. So literally every time I sat up, my blood pressure went up. I was pre-eclampsia. Then I went to the hospital. They couldn't find a heartbeat. And so I went through all of that. You know what I'm saying? They was telling me pretty much the baby looked like it was dead. Found out the baby was alive. Here come delivery day. I stay in delivery, and I did not deliver until the 3rd day. So I was in labor for 52.5 hours. Now, I kept my child. My child wasn't raised by anybody else. I've had her since birth. So I went through all of the doctor's office appointments and the fevers, sitting up there with that high fever. I call it high fever baby dookie. You know that dookie look like hummus, right? Bright yellow light. Went through all that. Throwing up and all this stuff. First day of school, plaiting hair. Went through all that. And you tell me that I'm going to be in labor 52.5 hours. And then you going to come stand up over top of me like you want to get Brody? I don't understand people being scared of their own kids. Because Haley got her butt whooped. I whooped her butt. It's not that you want to put fear in your kids like that. Oh, like that. But there has to be a level of reverence that your child has for you. So they will know that if they get out of pocket, you'll choke them to darkness. I ain't talking about choking a kid just, so they die. I'm talking about you choke them, the darkness, boom. All the light go out, and then you breathe on them. And then they come back. Because let me tell you something. You're not going to come stand up over me and try to intimidate me. And I'm the vessel that God used to bring your punk hind here. You scared of your own kids. You sitting there and I can't take their cell phone from them, but they won't do their work in school. They're failing and they won't give me their cell phone. Baby, listen, I will catch them when they go in that shower. I will take that cell phone, put it on the driveway and run right on over it. Or call the cell phone company, disable the thing. Sell the phone. Listen, scared of a kid. Let me tell you something. Not only am I not scared of my kid, I'm not scared of yours. I remember one time, this young man was staying with me. Big dude, over 300 pounds. And he was a teenager, I let him stay with me. And one day we sitting there in the kitchen. He gave me that look like he was going to try it. Hold on, let me sit up so I can tell y'all exactly what I did. And I looked at him. Before he knew it, I went whoop. And I reached in a drawer and I grabbed out the hammer. And I'm going to let you know now, I called him the N-word. But see, we don't say Nigger. We say Nigga. But that's what I called him. I said, N-word, I would take this hammer and dig your brains out. Now I know what y'all are thinking. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Listen, if you standing up over me, you 300 pounds, and you sitting there, you putting your legs up under my table eating, and you ain't contributing, you just sucking from me in my house where I got to pay bills. You're not going to stand up over me like you going to try. Yes, I will take a hammer, and I'm going to pray you don't die. Matter of fact, after I calm down, I'm going to try to mash your brains back in there and rub it down a little bit. Put a bag of peas on it. You talking about you scared of your own kids. You better choke them kids to darkness. Let me tell y'all something. I heard that this woman, she, at her own house and locking her door at night because she's scared of her own kid. Let me tell y'all something. Everywhere I go, I have a weapon. And even in my bedroom, just in case, say you take the cell phone, they come up in the room and think they're going to jump on you when you sleep. See, I sleep with this right here every night. Y'all see this here? The power team. I forgot who it was, but it was a group of men that came to our church, and they were selling these right here. You see the little bat right here? You come my room in the middle of the night, you're going to see that right here. Y'all see how quick that is? Kapoo, cook. What? You're not going to live in my house and scare me. You better have reverence. Have reverence. Because, not that I want to lose my freedom. But I would gladly lose it beating your butt or thumping your butt if I have to defend myself. I would tell the officer that I fear for my life, and I would. I fear for my life. If you threaten me, I fear for my life. That's what you tell everybody. Cops come up, I fear for my life. Self-defense. You got a right to protect yourself even against your own kids. Sitting there, they sitting there just sucking up food and eating and burping and farting. And then think they're going to turn around and scare me? Bruh, I throw you out the house through the wall. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. And some of y'all sitting there got little kids. Ah, you scared. You scared. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. So here's the thing. Because if you letting them get that far, they 15, 16, and you scared, you pretty much done unless you just do something, just to let them know, okay, yeah, I'm the one that's in charge. But for you that got little kids, you see that thing coming up. You see what I'm saying? You see that coming up when they sitting there. Oh, that's the first sign. That's the first time when they little and I remember one time Haley did that. I popped a little button. She put that hand up. I got real close up there to her face like that. I said, do it. I said, I dare you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it. And then she was like this. That's what I thought. And the thing is, right now, Haley's bigger than me, way stronger than me, because she got that strength from her daddy. Let me tell you something. You don't want to mess with Waters. You don't want to mess with Waters. But let me tell you what. Waters don't want to mess with me. We get along real good. We have our normal arguments and stuff like that. Haley grew up on the switch. The switch and the belt. Tear her tail up. But see, now, I told her one time I got real mad. I said, I will straight punch you like a dude. That's what I said, Haley. Well, she was talking to somebody. I guess she heard me talking about it. Then she done got quiet. I said, I straight punch you like a dude. I will box you like a dude. Kids have no respect. So imagine if, and I'm not talking about my kid. My kid know better. But imagine if you are afraid of your child. What about the teachers? And so your child running around acting like a little butt everywhere, like a little thug, because you didn't put any discipline in place when they were little. But let me tell you something about this world. This world don't care nothing about how bad you think you are. They always somebody better than you. And so your kid think, oh, I got my mama scared of me. They gonna think everybody else gonna be scared of them. And they're gonna fool around and come home to you in a box. They're gonna fool around, come home in pieces, or they're gonna be calling you down there to the morgue, pulling back that white cloth, asking you to ID the body. You don't raise your child to be fearful of you, but to have reverence for you, respect for you, and not just you, everybody. Kids today have no daggone manners, and I can't stand it. I said something about this on a previous video. When I was little, we can be in church, and somebody can say, go get me a fan. If I had to cross over 7 people to go get that fan, I had to say excuse me to every last one. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. I wish you would cross over somebody's foot and you ain't saying no excuse me. They stop you right there. Wait a minute, what you supposed to say? See, we don't have that no more. We don't have that no more. We got kids now that don't even respect elders. You bullying old people that has done contributed to society. They your elders, and you don't respect them. And then you have friends. I never forget, I told Haley had this friend, she's my bestie. I'm sitting there looking, I said, nah, Haley, I said, because I done seen that spirit before. I said, I done seen that. My bestie. I'm talking about, had sleepovers and everything. My bestie. They was in a group chat, and I guess Haley wasn't responding quick enough. And all of a sudden, her bestie cut her off. Not for stealing a boyfriend or stealing her jewelry or money while she was over there. None of that. Because ain't none of that happened. But just, whoop. But you besties? And then got with some other kids and turned them against her too. Bestie. Stuff like that is that is the lack of home training. And the thing is, if you have that mentality as a teenager, if you don't do things my way, I'm going to cut you off. You already set up for failure. You already set up for failure. Because that's why people say, I'm going to be my own boss. I don't care who you are. You still have to answer to somebody. I'm going to be my own boss. I'm going to open up my own restaurant. That's right. And that health inspector going to come through there. You going to answer to somebody. Yeah, you could be the CEO or whatever. The IRS is coming through there. You still have to answer to somebody. But if we raise our kids to be disrespectful and to be butts, then that's why we have it in the workplace. You ever heard that? My boss is a butt. They didn't just wake up a butt. You know, a butt is a chunk of meat with a crack and a hole. Some of them has. They didn't just wake up that way. We have got to get back to raising our children to have reverence and respect, and that stuff starts at home. When it don't, it bleeds over into school. It bleeds over into the workforce. It bleeds over into church. Now you sitting there, you a missionary, and you trying to, you using your authority to misguide people or to intimidate people in church. Listen, this stuff happens everywhere. When you do not raise your child to be respectful, giving, caring, loving people, you have some jacked up people in this world. And then they run up on people that's not like them. And either they're going to end up bullying those people or those people going to give them a hard time. And their hard time might just be they're going to put them in a box. I had one young person from the church. I told him, I said, listen, I said, you out here trying to be big and you trying to be bad. I said, you need to be the little church boy your mama raised you. And I won't say that to demean him or nothing like that. But if you were born and raised in the church, ain't nothing street about you. Streets will eat you for lunch. You out there just talking. Oh man, ML for this and all that. You trying to be big and bad, but the street ain't even in your blood. You don't even know to even watch your back, to even be checking out your peripheral. Always watching, the rear view mirrors if you sitting in the cars, watching the side mirrors. Make sure ain't nobody gonna run up to you and get you in your car. Come carjack you. You ain't even street enough to even know that. You just walk around never looking back, but you out there in the street trying to run your mouth. And you about to come home in a box. You out there messing with somebody in the streets. Now you trying to sell drugs. You were born and raised in the church. Or born and raised with your grandma. Grandma and grandpa. Born and raised. They put goodness in you. Now you trying to flip and do something and become a person that you are not. And then come home in a box. Let me tell y'all this. And I'm going to try to cut this off because there's so much to say. This was a random thought that I had this morning. Because me and Haley went outside and we played badminton. To get in a little exercise. But we was riding in the car one day. And I said, man, I better slow down before I hit somebody's child. And Haley said, Mama, there ain't no kids playing outside no more. And when I drove through the neighborhood, I said, Haley, you are right. They want a single child in the yard. And so let me say this, because the pandemic got a lot of us twisted. And not that we weren't twisted before. Because video games and stuff like that, YouTube, all this stuff was raising our kids before 2019. But you wonder why a lot of times your kids have gotten off track. We don't sit around the table with our children to eat dinner anymore. We don't sit down and talk to them anymore, try to find out what's going on. We don't play no board games anymore. That's when that will bring all the families together. Everybody in the families together. You play board games. We don't do any of that anymore. So we have people on the outside that are influencing our children right in our house, under our noses, via electronics. So then you wonder why. Some just say, go by to school. You go by to school and you see your daughter in some shorts she done borrowed from somebody else with the curve of her butt cheek hanging out and got her shirt tied up in a knot and it's unbuttoned all the way down to there. But when they left your house, they left in a jean, in some jeans and a t-shirt. Because they're outside influences. Outside influences, right? People out there on the internet talking about, I do this and I do that. Outside influence. Because we're not spending any time with our children. So in our quest to have some silence and some peace and some me time, not saying that you shouldn't get it, because you have to have it. You cannot, in that quest, allow electronics to raise your kids and be the greater influence. Because when you do that, you have kids walking around here eating Tide Pods, doing dumb stuff because they were influenced by the internet. Scared of your kids? Once they get a certain age, they already have their mind made up and set. And it's not that it can't be changed. It just means that you have to do some work. You gonna sit there and you bought that kid here? They walking around in $200 sneakers? And your kid is your bully? First of all, you need to get some help. You need to get some help. And then you need to get your child some help. And then you need to thump that behind and take back over your house. Listen, I hope that something that I said helps. And the thing is this. If you don't, I remember my pastor said one time, he said, if you don't beat them down, the police will shoot them down. Hashtag facts. Because they're going to end up going out there in the street thinking that they know something that they don't, because they weren't born and raised and trained that way. End up in a box. Listen, regain control of your homes. Gain the trust, and that's where a lot of it is going to start. Gain the trust of your children. Get your children some help. Get your children a life coach or something like that. Getting them involved in some programs that not just teach them like maybe a sport or a skill or something like that, but life skills, and teach them the things that unfortunately they did not get when they were younger. Build these relationships. We are burying too many of our kids, and sadly, a lot of that is on us. Listen, hopefully I said something to you that'll help. And I pray to God that you like and share this video, because there are a whole lot of people that need to hear this. I'm going to try to save it. I hope I don't mess up on saving. I'm going to try to save it and post it to all of my social media pages. Don't be scared of your kids. You got to regain their trust. You got to gain their trust and gain their respect. And they have to respect you. Beat them kids down. If they look like they're going to do something, you better jump all on top of that. Right. Somebody just said, no, that look. That's right. When I was little, all my mama had to do was like that right there. Bruh, my whole soul melted. And my mother was not abusive. Had one of the most loving, caring, giving parents ever. That's why I ain't never get over her death. This year be 10 years, and I'm tore up. Because she was a mother to me until she closed her eyes for the last time. If you need some parenting skills, take a class. If you need family counseling, go get it. Because if not, your kid can turn left quick, and then it'll be too late. I want you guys to like and share this video. And listen, just in case. Ain't nobody else told you this today, yesterday, or all week long. I want you to know this. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I do. And there ain't a daggone thing in this world that you can do about the way that I love you. I love you guys so much. Come on, y'all. Let's get our youth back. Let's get our families back. Pull this thing back together. God bless. Mwah.